Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to Flip Through number 60. We are in my July-August book, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I use altered composition books for my Fobonichis. I usually like the Staples brand gridded, but this is just a regular one. And I glue 3 pages together to prevent bleed through and to make the pages a little more sturdy. And this is a pocket that I put in the beginning of every month that just holds stuff that I use within my pages. So let's get started. So on this day here, it was a Monday, and I found this cute meme online. Dear Monday, I want to break up. I'm seeing Tuesday and dreaming about Friday. Sincerely, it's not me, it's you. Oh, so yeah, that's just my life, right there. So this day here was just a big fat lazy day. My son and I were at home, and yeah, he spent his day playing Pokemon, and I spent my day on Facebook or YouTube. So lazy day. And then we had a trip to the dentist, yay. And yeah, so my son had to go this day, and we're at a new dentist now. And I wish we had found them a long time ago because they're so great. His wife runs the office and he's the dentist, and they're just wonderful and so sweet, and just it makes it a pleasure to go. And so, and he's funny as well, or he thinks he is. So he was telling my son, you only need to floss the teeth you want to keep. So I found that cute little meme to put in my book. And yeah, then when I got home, it had just been a long day. And yeah, it ended up being a bed day for the rest of the day for me. And there was not a thunderstorm, there was a tropical storm off the coast of Cuba and headed west. And not toward us, thankfully, but it was sending out some stormy bands. So yeah, we had some stormy weather that day. And then this day here, I had made this little envelope out of a magazine paper, and it holds some of my daughter's paperwork for she had gotten on the dean's list. And she had also been awarded a merit scholarship for a university. So we were very proud of her for that. And then I also woke up to over 600 subbies, thanks to you all. So I really appreciate it. And I had filmed some videos that day. And yeah. And then on this day here, it was Beauty Queen's turn at the dentist. So yeah, we've all had dentist appointments. We all have to get fillings. It's all my fault because literally we have not been to the dentist in like 2 years, and it's so horrible because I mean we have insurance, thank the Lord, and but just with my husband's health and everything that's been going on these last 2 years have been so just weird that yeah, we just never seem to make it in. And then I had issues with our past dentist because she was just fleecing her customers as far as I'm concerned, but I won't go into that. So anyway, back to this. So yeah, my daughter had her dentist appointment that day, so we went in and did that. And then while I sit in the office, I work on my book. I bring my book with me usually and work on it there. And somebody had asked me, like, how on earth do you work on that in the dentist office? And I've said it before, I do my book in stages. So, and I work on several pages at one time. So, like stage 1 for me is gluing all the clip art in. Then stage 2 is doing the titles and the outlining and stuff like that, and writing in my journaling in pencil. And then step 3 is to go back in with my flares and write all my journaling back in pencil. So when I get to the dentist office or any office or, whatever, if I take this on the go and I'm waiting somewhere, then I usually have a few pages that are prepped and ready to go. And all I have to do is fill in my journaling. So that's how that works out. This day at the dentist, though, I had been working on scrap monster faces. So I had doodled these and stuck them in there. And then, yeah, when we got home, my daughter had taught me a new card game called Spit, so that was fun. We played a few hands of that. And then that evening, she and her brother and a group of their friends all went out to celebrate my daughter's birthday because it was in 2 days. And then this day here is Friday, and we were headed down to the Keys for the week because my husband was off for vacation. And I was at home in the morning. I was playing catch up as usual. And yeah, what did I do? Oh, I filmed the evolution of my Fibonacci, so you've already seen that one. And yeah, I packed up and we headed down south, and the traffic was terrible because it was the first week of lobster season, and it's always terrible then. So it took us longer than we had expected to get down there. And then we went to a restaurant, and had an early dinner. And it was the best key lime chicken I've ever had. Oh my gosh, was it delicious. So I can't wait to go back there and get that again. But I have to go like when I'm hungry because it's a lot of food. But it's so, so good. Anyway, so the Olympics were beginning that night, and I never stay up for the opening ceremonies. I just cannot stay awake to see the United States because we're all the way at the end. And yeah, so it's been years since I've seen the opening ceremonies. And then this day here was my daughter's actual birthday. She was turning 20 this day. She was at home and at the other house, and my husband and I were down south. The reason she stayed home for the weekend is because her best friend had bought her concert tickets to the Hank Williams Jr. concert. And so my daughter and her best friend and their significant others went to the concert. So yeah, so she was really happy about that. And then while we were in the Keys, I went and did a library run, and I finally hit the magazine mother load. And so I was really happy about that. Our library down there has like a huge section of free books for a donation, of course. But it's this huge section of all kinds of books and all kinds of magazines. So I go in there and collect all my stuff and leave my donation. And then we had been looking at some property down there for investment purposes. And so, yeah, we went in and looked at a property that day. We wanted like to rent it out, and also for family, like when they come down. So we're kind of looking in the general area of the house that we already have down there. Anywho, so the next day was a lazy day. My husband wasn't feeling all that great. The Gems finally did make it down that afternoon. My husband and I were having a Rio-thon. We were watching the Olympics. And then when my daughter and son got there, my daughter opened her presents. And so she had gotten, what did she get? She got a few shirts from my son. And then I always buy her a Lily Pulitzer planner because she uses them for planning. She is a planner girl. She plans everything. So, yep, so she got that. And then her dad's present is this, which we'll get into in a second. And then, oh my heavens, I uploaded from down there, I uploaded my craft room disaster video, and it took me 2 tries and about 12 hours to upload and publish that video. So I will not be doing that again down at the South House. When I'm here at the house here, it might take me, I don't know, maybe a half an hour, if that, to upload it to YouTube and publish it to YouTube. So yeah, it takes a very short amount of time at this house. So yeah, no more uploading and all that stuff down there. Then let's see. Then on this day was a Monday, and we went school supply shopping in the morning, which I always love to do. It just reminds me of going with my mom. We used to go every year to a place called Century Drugs, and that's where we get all of our school supplies. So, yep. And then we went out and got a quick bite to eat for lunch together, and then it was off for my daughter's latest tattoo. This is our 3rd tattoo. And it seems to be a tradition now, although I hope we don't continue it after this. But like for her 18th birthday, my husband got her a tattoo. On her 19th birthday, he got her a tattoo. And now on her 20th birthday, she wanted this tattoo. And this is exactly the size and everything of what is on her arm. And she got it on her inner right bicep, and it looks beautiful. And it's in memory of her great uncle, my husband's uncle, who passed away this spring. And he used to sing with his brothers in a gospel quartet. And he sung, however you say it, the bass part. So he had a very deep, deep voice. And so that's why she got this, because she remembers him singing this. And then we were praying for actually this uncle's brother who had had a heart attack and was in the hospital. And so we were praying for him and his family and my husband's family. So that was that day. And then this day here, we all went to celebrate my daughter's birthday. And we went to a restaurant called the Green Turtle Inn. And yes, they do actually sell turtle to eat. We did not have any, but yeah, so we went there for her birthday lunch, and it was very good. It was a really super cute place, and we had never been there before. My husband had been there years ago, but we had never been there, and it was really good. And the menu was slightly different than most of the menus down there because it's like a seaside town, seaside islands, chain of islands. So it's basically, fried this, fried that, anything seafood, and put it in the fryer. But it was different. They just had different things on their menu, and it was really good. And then this I thought was really funny. It says car conversations. Oh, the things you come up with. So we're driving in the car, and my husband says, "Look, that place is new." And I said, "Yeah, it used to be the Zen yoga place." And so my daughter didn't understand what I said. So she was like, "What?" And my dad said, her dad, my husband said, a hippy dippy place. And I said, "Hey, I like hippy dippy. Given the chance, I could be hippy dippy." And then my husband says, "Well, you're halfway there." And then my son pipes up from the back seat, "Well, you've got the dippy part down." I was like, "Can you feel the love? Can you feel the love?" Oh my gosh. So yeah, so we did that, and that was fun. And then, you guessed it, yeah. So this day here, this is just a meme that I always try to remember. And it says, "On particularly rough days when I'm sure I can't possibly endure, I like to remind myself that my track record for getting through bad days so far is 100%. And that is pretty good." So I do try to remember that. But, as much as I try to remember that and try to be positive and focus on all the things that I can do, there are always going to be rough days. There are going to be rough weeks. There could even be rough months and years. So, yeah. And it does cause negativity to creep in. And there's no amount of positive thinking that is ever going to change the fact that we have chronic illness. My husband has chronic illness. I have chronic illness. My daughter has chronic illness. So, and these are all things that, they cannot be fixed with diet. They cannot be fixed with anything. They can, be treated with medication. But yeah, so anyway, that was my thought for that day. But I do need to remember that, my track record is 100% and that this too shall pass. So I just got to keep on keeping on because that's what I do. So I'll leave you on that note, and I will awkwardly close my book, and thank you for sharing your time with me, and I hope that you have a super wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you next time.